So what I'm saying is, Candace and Kanye, just be careful. Don't allow the enemy to use what you're doing to help their agenda to be highlighted. So I wished more that, another one of y'all would have had a shirt on with All Lives Matter. That probably would have been a little bit better.
To take seriously. Look away, ignore him. He's a mental patient. There's nothing to see here. But is West crazy?
Blessings to you guys.
Blessings.
So Kanye West is already on the news, and you all know we have made a lot of prophecies concerning this man, and God is always revealing some things, and we want to just talk about the T-shirt and his mindset and what he's really exposing from this interview.
Right. Yes, so as you watch this video, it just makes us fall in love with Kanye West even more. And the way he boldly talks, I wish y'all just watched all of the interviews with Tucker Carlson. Watch all the interviews with Kanye West. It's really enlightenment. And we need to keep him up in prayer, because I know that them evil people has plans, and we just need to keep him up in prayer that he'll stay safe.
Yeah. Just watch this.
The audience is as an in-law of the Kardashian family. But it's West's latest incarnation as a kind of Christian evangelist that brought us to his office in Los Angeles today for the interview you're about to see. Days ago, during Fashion Week in Paris, West, accompanied by his friend Candace Owens, unveiled a T-shirt that read simply, "White Lives Matter." The response from the fashion industry and international media was instantaneous and uniform. Shock, horror, rage. There is no excuse for this, thundered the New York Times. West is legitimizing extremism, shrieked Rolling Stone, etc., etc. What was strikingly missing from the coverage, however, was any explanation for why West did this. What was the T-shirt about? No one seemed to think to ask him, much less to listen to what he had to say. To take seriously. Look away, ignore him. He's a mental patient. There's nothing to see here. But is West crazy? You can judge for yourself as you watch what we're about to show you. He has his own ideas, we can say that. Creative people tend to. That's why they're artists, not actuaries. His freeform social media posts give the impression of a man channeling his rawest emotions right onto Instagram. The effect can be jarring and is often used as ammunition against him in the battle for influence over the minds of America's young people, and that battle is intense. But crazy? That was not our conclusion. In fact, we've rarely heard of...
Yeah, they call one like Trump, they call people that are willing to expose the darkness. They call them crazy. They always gonna title them as something, so that the world, because they are controlling media, so the world will be like, hey, yeah, this person, he's insane.
Yeah, they don't want you to have a free mind.
Yeah.
And that's who Kanye West is. He don't allow people to convince him. I mean, obviously, people can do it.
Yeah.
But one thing about it is Kanye, he looks at all angles, and he reason with what he want to reason with, and he want to agree with what he want to agree with. And it's just hard to get into Kanye. And I like that about him, because that's how we are.
Yeah.
Just because this group of people are known to be like majority of Democrats, I'm gonna just say it, black people are known to be Democrats. And so some black people feel like, well, you're black, you got to be a Democrat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it's no question about it. But one black person come out and be like, well, I don't want to be Democrat. I want to see what's really going on. What's everybody believes? What's the spiritual side of this?
Yeah.
And then when a black person steps outside of the box,
And it's crazy.
everybody, they're insane.
Yeah.
They're, they have a name, Uncle Tom. They call you all types of names. Yeah.
Crazy.
So.
A man speaks so honestly and so movingly about what he believes. But again, You can judge for yourself. Here it is. So you just came from Paris Fashion Week. You just landed, and you have a lanyard still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen, I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office, and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends / handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I liked Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, you know, okay, green light me then.
Wow.
It's deep.
Wow.
It's deep.
Wow.
We're just being controlled.
Yeah.
And I see, and I think we've been knowing this, but Hollywood actors and singers, artists, all of them, they're way more controlled.
Yes. You know, they are highly controlled by Illuminati and these leaders.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they sent email out.
Yeah.
Hey, this is where we all are going to stand. Whether they like it or not,
Yeah.
they must stand with the agreement.
And they will intimidate you. Like, you know, this is how you need to think, or your numbers are going to go down. You ain't going to have no more, you know, fans. And so you have to choose between your career or freedom of speech.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know, God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, you know, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David, you know, he tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, you thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference to the White Lives Matter t-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
You know, I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. You know, like as if you asked like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin. Yeah. She was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice. It happened in the real format, and that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real battles, and we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless agenda, and their jokes.
So if you would know this godless agenda, why can't some Christians, I'm not talking about believers, some Christians, because we have, I always say there is believers, there is Christians. And Christians are mainly religious mindset. And they will tell you, you know, they condemn, they put somebody to hellfire right away. But this media out here, a lot of them sold their soul and ready to walk with devil.
Wow. I liked what he said, a godless.
Yeah.
Wow, I was like, when he said
Godless agenda.
godless agenda. Wow, that's deep. I like that. I like that he was bold enough to just to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That work and this whole like, oh yeah, he's crazy and all these things, they don't work because the media has, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening, and they stay quiet about it.
What have they?
So,
What have they?
I want to answer the white.
Yeah.
I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Hardin about the White Lives Matter. My dad is an educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me today. He said, "White Lives Matter, ha, 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 ha." And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, "Dad, what do you think it was funny?" He said, just a Black man stating the obvious. Yeah. And, my dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked every which way with all of his ideas, and he didn't have an endless bank account, and he didn't have an Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like, my dad is the most brilliant person that I know, and we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him, because my mom was an actress, so she was a liberal. And my dad would see certain things and say, we should do it this way, we should do it that way. And the people got around my mom and pulled her away, much like, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 Black children. And this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her. So I know you give these questions, and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah.
I like what he said there. He said that his wife is most likely being convinced by these big name magazines and brands, and they want they want her to show her butt. At some point, when will people stop blaming what these people want me to do? Like, it seemed like Kim has been all her life, someone is telling her what to do. Someone is giving her the wrong advice. When is Kim gonna stand up and be like, I want to do what I want to do? Because I'm not gonna take up for her. Because at the end of the day, when God judges you, He's gonna judge you for what you have done, not what someone told you to do.
Yeah.
I really feel like it's gonna come a time when Kanye is gonna see who she truly is, and I think he's seeing that now.
Yeah.
He's seeing it now. He's gonna really see who she truly is, how fake she has even been towards him.
I love it.
Okay, cool.
And I am following it.
All right.
So you said that your father said when he saw the shirt "White Lives Matter," it's great to see a Black man stating the obvious. So, by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that's my favorite response, because I kept on thinking, like, people, they're looking for an explanation, and people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote "White Lives Matter" on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. Why do you think that's so? And I.
Why would this be a debate?
I know.
Because I know why, because a black man did it, right? So if white man posted this, like, how will people feel about it? You know,
Yeah.
like it's so
I love it.
crazy.
I love that. If anyone want to come out with a White Lives Matter T-shirt, I'm so glad it was a black person that came out with it.
And I think that's
It's
the best
perfect.
person. That's the best
Yeah.
way to come out.
Yes.
You
Because
know,
if a white person would have came out with it, they would have been called racist.
yeah.
And look, he's already getting attacked.
Then think about it.
Kanye, and he's black.
Think about this. If maybe Trump was the one wearing this, or Joe Biden wearing this,
Yes.
oh, it would be crazy
Oh,
everywhere. Or
it'd be,
maybe, uh,
it'd be thunderstorms and lightning everywhere.
it's
But it's
crazy.
so weird because we seen our NBA players wearing these Black Lives Matter T-shirts, and it's just weird. Like and then Kanye is getting in trouble for wearing this, and I believe that I think his rumors that he's gonna lose some money because he wore this T-shirt. They threatened him in the fashion world. And so I'm just imagine y'all like these people have an agenda for separation,
And he's even standing strong against abortion. There, at least I've seen some pastors
Yes.
saying, who are you to tell women what to do?
Jamal Bryant is one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you see a lot of them. Who are you to?
But black people still going to his church and praising him.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't get it. I just wish our black people would wake up. I really do. And a lot of us have, because the people that I hang around do. They understand the agenda of Satan with the Democrat Party. But a lot of black people still need to wake up.
Lord Jesus.
I know, it's so irritating.
Assume the implication is, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that that would be considered controversial?
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat, and his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time, if they weren't the only black family, they were one of the few. And he would be discriminated against because he was black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a black college, he would be discriminated against because they said he talked too white.
Yes.
And then he played the kick drum in the band. So when he would go to the club and the music was playing, where would he clap his hands? Where the kick drum is.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of where everyone else was clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And when the schools suggested like the herding systems, because what they do is take the black community and they separate us, and they separate the families, and the educated, they push this, need for higher education, and us as blacks, we discriminate against each other and say, well, I got my PhD and you don't have your PhD, so I'm better than you. And so my mom, she had a PhD, and she was influenced to move to the south side of Chicago and take this job at Chicago State University. And she told my dad, if you come for us, you'll never see him again. Because, the media ridiculed me for getting the house next door to Kim to see my children. And they even said that I was stalking her and her new boyfriend because I bought the house next door to see my children. Yeah. And that's how I knew that my mom.
Yeah, so one thing I just love Kanye. He keeps it real, and that's what I like to see in a black man or any black person with a platform. It could be even a female. Okay, I like it because he reminds me of myself and it reminds me of you as well, is that we're not too stupid to know that there is so much racism.
Yeah.
And we're not, some black people who gets a platform on YouTube or Facebook, they're so one-sided. Like when they're Trump supporters, they wholeheartedly take the white people's side. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. I mean, Candace Owens has another platform, you know. She's one that is boldly speaking and all that, right? And then we have the conservative twins, right? But sometimes a lot of them, they take one side, because a lot of people who are watching them are white people. And they have to stay on top of it. Like for an example, if a white police officer end up killing a black person and they're in the wrong, it seemed like a lot of them, they still stick to like, oh, the police officer didn't do nothing wrong. Even Tatum.
Yeah.
And that makes me upset because I see both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a lot of racist people, white racist people that need to change.
Yeah.
And we need to speak about it.
Yeah.
You know, we need to balance it because it's not right. And then we have the black side of like, they totally take it for the black people and they're wrong and right.
Yeah.
And it's not right. I like how Kanye West is being very honest about it. Yeah. We need to be in the middle and reason with it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think like that. Like, I'll be like, okay, nah, the police officer, he did wrong on this one.
Yeah.
But we also have some good police officers that they shouldn't be getting blamed for what a bad police officer do, no matter what color they are. You know, and I reason with the side that is, I just, that's, we balance it. Yeah. But I've noticed that. And I believe I'm not the only one who noticed that. Like, they're just so one-sided, and they put the black race completely down, and they take it for the white side. But that doesn't make any sense. We need to come to correction on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just truth. Let truth prevail.
I don't care who's watching you the most. Just be truthful.
It don't matter who you are going to offend or who you are not going to offend.
Right.
Let white be white.
Right.
Let green be green.
Right.
Not trying to paint something because you want to favor some people is wrong.
It's wrong, and it's got to stop at some point.
Yeah.
Because it's facts. The Lord even showed me in dreams, and it's true, y'all. A lot of white racist people do not want to see black people rise. They hate it.
Yeah.
And they'll find a way to knock black people down who are being uplifted.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. And another thing is the Lord was showing me that God is going to uplift black people. The more white racist people want to be racist and want to come against black skin of another color, God is going to uplift them just to teach them a lesson.
Yeah.
So God even sees it.
Yeah.
I had said that to him. I said, Dad, they moved us to one of the most agreed upon to be one of the most dangerous places in the world. It's almost like they tried to kill me or something. I said, Dad, why'd you never come to get us? And that's when he told me that she was told that. There's so many things that are put in Kim's head. They bring influencers. Like, no one ever knew where Corey Gamble came from. No one in the fashion world knows where Gabby came from. These people were practically made in a laboratory, in my opinion. And one of the things that they're really good at doing is being nice and being likable. And what they do is, for people that have some form of influence, whether it's an educated black woman like my mother that became the head of the English department at Chicago State University, or whether it's the most influential white woman on the planet, being my ex-wife, they have people that are around them at all times, telling them what to be afraid of. It's like not what to do or say specifically, it's what to be afraid of. And if you have a person that isn't afraid of them, you know, like a Russell Brand or Candace Owens. Right. It's not that we have to agree with this, but
they're not afraid.
They're not afraid to state what their opinion is.
Yes.
No one is God, and everyone has an opinion. I don't have an opinion on that. I just want to state that as a flat statement. But it was wild that I didn't know how close my own wife was to the Clintons. I didn't know, you know, I didn't realize it at the time.
That you were married to her.
And I was married to her.
Wow. I like how he revealed some things that was going on with the Clintons. And like I said, I wish that everyone could just listen to these on their own time.
Yeah.
It's certain things that Kanye was like, can I say this on here? You know, he was saying that if you would watch it a little bit more, you know, can I say this here? Because I don't know what can I say? Because he know how powerful the media is, and he even says it on here. The media is powerful. They'll make you believe what you want to believe, or you have to shut up when they tell you to shut up. Yeah. You know, America is based on freedom of speech, and freedom of speech is really, 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 really gone in this country. It's really gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. You know, we just need to stay prayed up because these people out here are not human. You know, majority of them are just demon possessed people walking around this earth.
Yes.
But God is gonna keep on exposing them.
Yes. So before we get off, I do want to talk about the White Lives Matter T-shirt. When I seen Candace Owens, you know, wearing the shirt, and Kanye, you know, I thought it was a good idea that Kanye, you know, brought it out because, you know, it was the best thing for him to do, a black man to do that, you know. It teaches people a lesson. Also, I would like for Candace Owens and Kanye to stay in prayer because we have to watch what we do as, what's it called? As the one who has a powerful platform.
Yeah.
Because, you know, don't allow Satan to use you to bring in separation as well.
Yeah.
You know, it might seem fun. It might get your name out there more, or not saying that you want that to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think you really care about that, but it's just like what the Lord has been showing me is that they're going to use racism again.
Yeah.
In these couple of months or the past, and you know, for next year, I don't know. I'm just saying they're going to try to use this again because racism controls. It really controls the black community the most.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, you know, Candace and Kanye, just be careful. Don't allow the enemy to use what you're doing to help their agenda to be highlighted, you know? So I wished more that, you know, another one of y'all would have had a shirt on with All Lives Matter. That probably would have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
But just be careful what you do. I know it might seem fun. It might, you know, it's fun to get people angry too. It's fun to get people talking, but just don't be a part of the shenanigans.
Yeah.
Be very careful on that.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, people can call us, what's that word? What's that word? I know a lot of people would consider me and my husband as we spark conversations and we cause trouble or whatever. But at the same time, you know, we're doing it with the wisdom of God.
Yeah.
You know, we know what to do. We know what to say. We know what not to say. It's sometimes we need to be bold and sometimes we need to step back a little bit. We just always have to have wisdom on how we do things because we don't want to allow the enemy to cause us to stir up a whole thing that the enemy is excited about. Like, yeah, keep talking about that. Keep talking, keep separating people. so that we could, control the narrative of the story and control people. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.
We love you guys. Bye, y'all.
Bye.